Hello, hello. How are you guys? Just checking my windows as always, making sure everything is up, operational. Just give me 1 second. But as I'm doing this, happy Thursday. It's 12 p.m. Lunchtime for some of you guys, especially those on East Coast. Marcin here. And as some of you already know, I'm here to talk about photography. We take photography business apart. We talk about different components, how to make it work, how to make it efficient, how to get the money as soon as possible. That's really the goal. Last week, last Thursday, I started talking to you guys about websites. And we went through sort of covering the why behind the website. I did show you a couple options, which I'm gonna actually bring it back and show you again the kind of hosting companies that I would at least that would be my first to go. That doesn't mean those are the only hosting companies. There's plenty of options for you guys to be able to leverage. I like to make my life easy, so I choose the easier options. There's like more advanced options. I usually try to stay on the, I don't want to call it like a beginner, but like I like the nicer, cleaner templates. But also, I don't make it too complicated. A lot of people out there know of things like WordPress, for example. And it's like, yeah, you can do WordPress. You can buy nice templates for WordPress. The problem with that is like sometimes you buy something which is advertised as like this nice WordPress template, you take it out of the box and it's like, whoa, there's a lot of work customization that needs to be done. So this is what we're talking about today. We're talking website. This is part two. This is where I wanted actually to like give you the why in a website, and like don't overcomplicate it at the beginning. You really, before you even consider a website, like you should be considering some sort of a free online gallery, posting stuff on Facebook, on Instagram, leveraging those platforms. Don't complicate it. Don't spend money. Don't have somebody build your website, because the reality in the previous episode I said is the website is kind of like posting a billboard in the middle of Sahara Desert, right? Like if there's no traffic to your website, if you can't send people to your website, the website is not something that will attract clients to some degree, because it depends on uh, your CEO, and we're getting too advanced. We're gonna keep it high level today. I actually wanted to show you. This is like a more relaxed session, because I don't have like an agenda. I have an agenda because I want to walk you through the admin portion of my personal website. This way you'll understand, like when I buy a template, like what's behind the closed door. This way you have visibility and you can understand, what's happening there. So we'll do that. I'll show you some hosting companies. Before I do that, quick intro, because maybe there are people that are watching this for the first time. So let me just tell you, what do we do here every Thursday? Like I said, I touch upon every aspect of photography business, from starting from like mindset, because a lot of people get stuck there thinking that they can't actually do it. And then second is the camera. Third is client interaction. Fourth is editing. Fifth is like a business component, because you have to know about contracts and pricing and optimizing your business. You're building a system that could be sellable at one point. You're building an asset, and you have to understand that. That's something I was lacking. I didn't know. I just thought camera editing, that's good enough, which is true if you're like a weekend photographer. But if you're building a true asset, if you're trying to build something that brings income on a reoccurring basis, even if you're doing this like on the side, you're still building a system. You want to put in as much work at the beginning, and make sure that it's built right from the get-go, that you're not repeating sort of the same, like different process every time you're dealing with a client. Everything is automated. All your responses, everything is in place. Maybe there's an email list, maybe there's a system, maybe there's a landing page. There's a lot to cover, and that's why I'm here. And then we talk about automation and AI, latest and greatest stuff, including I was toying around with Sora the other day. That was pretty fun. But we cover AI, and we talk about customizing, AI engines like ChatGPT or Grok. I use both paid versions, and did a comparison over the last 4 or 5 months. And that's probably a topic for another episode. But like I said, we cover everything. And I'm here basically to help you to get there faster, to get there quicker. One thing I wanted to highlight, if you're watching on Big TV, probably easier for you to just scan the code. If you scan it, there's 2 places where this will lead you. One is School Community. I'm setting everything up there. All the videos, all the walkthroughs, all the printed material that you guys can grab. There's going to be some fun stuff because we've ran like an assessment. With some photographers like took it, and we were trying basically to get a feel of like what are the areas where photographers or people that are trying to build this business struggle the most. And based on the feedback from the assessment, we were able to like build something that hits those specific pain points. So it could be your personal brand, it could be business, it could be building funnels and automation. So everything will be in School Community right now. It's free. There's no paywall. So you are invited. Check it out. You can follow the QR code, or you can probably also use not this link, but this link, easyproimage.com/school, and this will get you to the School Community. The other link that I also flashed quickly is the assessment that I mentioned. If you are in a position where you're trying to build it, get your business off the ground. Maybe you did a couple shoots, maybe you've charged some people, and now you're like, hey, I'm going to be serious about this. I highly recommend, nothing that I'm forcing you to do, but the assessment helps a lot because it shows you the gaps, kind of where you are. You get the rating, you actually get the score in the end. And it not only shows you kind of the overall score, but it shows you kind of like the weaker areas, or think of it as like areas of like focus that you should be putting your attention and your energy on to, because the goal really in the end is like fix the items that are going to get you as closer to the goal as soon as possible, right? So instead of, for example, like maybe you're at the very beginning and you're worrying about building a website for $3,000, like that's probably not the first thing you want to focus on. But so that's how you easyproimage.com/start. This is how you take the assessment. And today we're talking about our website. So let's go back. I'm just gonna go jump straight right into it. And where's my clicker here? Let me bring up the window. All right, cool. You guys should see it. By the way, as I'm going through it, I always invite folks to leave comments. This is going live on like Facebook page and the group, and also eventually it will be live. Those lives will transition over to a School Community. So again, another benefit of joining the community. But if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube right now, you can leave comments. I'm actually scanning comments here. So if you're on Facebook, if you throw a comment in there, I will actually stop and answer your question so you don't get stuck. The way I kind of operate here is like I want to make sure that we unkink your hose so the water keeps flowing. So yeah, leave a comment and I'll keep monitoring my screen. So if there's anything, we'll stop and we'll make sure that your questions are answered. Now back to the websites. So you guys can see the screen. Last time when I was talking to you about like options for hosting companies, I usually get the question of like, what are the recommendations? But then in the end, everybody asks like, hey, Marcin, but what are you using? So we'll get to that in a second, but I'm just going to roll through just a couple, companies that come to mind immediately. So first one is Pixieset, and they're all the same. If you scroll through, you'll see website templates, and all you do is just select a template and select the template that you like. They usually have 2 options. You have an option to buy and you have an option to preview. So Pixieset, you can go in here, click on the template. I'm just clicking on the first one, and you can preview it, and you can preview the gallery. If you scroll through it, like this is what your website would look like. And if you like what you see, you just purchased the template. So let me close this one. Let me go to the websites. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right section. This is the website section. The other one was the gallery. But if you click on the template, let me see, somewhere in here, get started, website. They should have different ones here. Get started, examples. Oh no, okay. So I think I was on the right one. Let me just, examples, pricing, example websites. Yeah, okay. So if I click on the template, it should open up and that will be it. And then you guys go preview it. You see all the options and then you have an option to buy. So that would be Pixieset. If I go to the next one, this is GoDaddy. I use GoDaddy for hosting services. Very similar to other hosting companies. They're usually similar. I always laugh that like people like to kind of fight over brand of cameras like Nikon, Canon, Sony. It's like, to me, they're all the same. Every single one can make $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 per event, and that's all I care about. So, but I know some people get very kind of tribal about like which camera, and in the end, they're a photographer shooting with whatever brand, right? So it's just a personal preference. That's how I look at it. Same thing with website hosting companies. I use GoDaddy. I've used it for a very long time. Never had a problem, or if I had a problem, very easy to like just pick up a phone, call them. That's probably one thing. The one thing that I really liked about them, because you can still talk to human beings that are really, really fluent in the hosting language. So when you call and you say a problem, they walk you through it, they help you, and that's why not affiliated with them, not sponsored by them. It's just I truly enjoy their product. So GoDaddy, same deal. I just I'm here under the website builder. You can Google it, probably just say GoDaddy web photographer website templates. And same deal, right? So you go in here, you see the different templates that are available to you. There's a couple pages worth of templates. I'm just gonna click from something from the top. There's usually, like I said, two options. One is the preview site, and one is the start editing. So I'm just gonna click on preview site. Same deal. You can go through it, as you can see, and I can scroll through, view the different categories. A lot of this stuff is customizable anyway. But this is just a preview of, and this is really exactly what you need from the website, right? So there's like an about me section. There is something about your services. There's referrals and customer testimonials. They have like blog articles. This is good for SEO. So that's what you would do here with GoDaddy. And then if you're start with this template, you click on it, and I believe GoDaddy has a monthly, could be like a $28 per template. So that's very similar to Pixieset. The next one is Wix. So Wix websites, they've just gotten better over time. Just another option, same deal. You come here onto their photography website templates page, and same exact thing. So for event or portraits, I would choose a different template. Let's choose this one. Maybe it has different photography for portraits, but yeah, this one very similar. Portfolio, and you can preview it like on the desktop at the top here. You guys see the option. There's a website. It has to be adaptable, right, to another platform. 60% of the people are viewing it on their phones, so you got to make sure that it's compatible. And then you can click through, the portfolio. So it really just depends on what kind of layout is vibing with you, as my kids say. And there's a portfolio, about, context. So this one is pretty simple. But if I go here, let's see if we can view a different one. Same kind of idea. This one is a template where I can scroll down. So similar to the other ones that you guys saw. It's again preference with the contact information. And then the question of what do I use? I've been with this company for a while. Lately, they've been a little slowish. The thing I always say, it's like you got to make sure that when you're building your website, establishing your sort of online ecosystem, make sure it's moderately fast. It doesn't have to be lightning fast. People, when you recommend, they go to your website, but if it takes for a website, 10 seconds, 15 seconds to load, you're risking the client leaving. We're not as patient as we used to be. This is the I don't like the word side effect. It's an effect of us using technology, right? We tend to be impatient. This is when we scroll through reels and a lot of content throughout the day. So people usually, it has to be under 10 seconds, preferably closer to like 7 seconds. And that's the problem I've had with my website, where sometimes it would take longer. Not that I'm driving tons of traffic. If I'm dealing with 30 or 40 clients throughout the year, and that's a combination of like corporate and portrait and events, it's sustainable. It's okay. So Blue Domain is the company that I've been with for a very long time. I have actually switched templates. It's nice because they do both hosting, like the other companies. They do both hosting and templates. But the difference here was you don't pay monthly. I sometimes like to just pay upfront and then just forget about it. Blue Domain that's what they used to do. I think they still have it, where I'm looking at the pricing, and you guys, let me share the screen again. You'll see that they have a $20 per month. Everybody, all services are switching to monthly recurring revenue. That's just to make sure that they have money flowing in steadily. So you have 20 per month or 20 or $200 per year. So there's a little bit of discount. You're saving. You have 2 months for free essentially, and then you have. And then you choose from different templates. So if I'm going to go here, buy a website, you guys will see same idea, right? You buy it or you can preview it. So let's just select something. I'm going to go down and let's say I wanted to take a look at which one. Let's look at Jack. So if I click on the preview here, same idea, right? You have the menus. And all of these items are customizable. You won't be using all of them, at least not at the very beginning. So you can buy the template and you can basically, this is what I'll be showing you today. You will be disabling some of this stuff, and until you're ready, like it just sort of remains hidden to your clients. So this is it. Again, you can scroll down, you get the idea, choose the template you like. And there's really not a lot of like coding going on. All you have to do is worry about images and copy, right? And when I say copy, it's the text, right, that goes onto the website. So this is like one of the templates, and then you can go ahead and there's I would highly recommend one thing if I had to give you like a tip. Video. Like right now, I'm actually updating a video on my site, but I will show you from the admin side, like how you would embed it. But video is very important. Like when you're building that at the beginning, when people buy from you when they know you, like you, and trust you. Those are the 3 rules, 3 requirements. And video has like a 10x, 20x multiplier in terms of somebody just reading a text and looking at your picture. This is just looking at a short clip, like a welcome video. So keep that in mind. I know most people don't feel comfortable in front of the camera, but like, if you can just write like a little script, quick welcome, and tell them how to move around the website, that would be phenomenal. Like, and don't overthink it. Just sit down, have the script, record it 10, 20 times, whatever it takes. Make sure that it's something that, it's okay to post and include it on your website. Some of these templates don't have the video option. So just pay attention to that. And if you choose not to include it, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing kind of what I know sort of moved the needle for us a lot, and video was a big deal, like this welcome video. So next thing is I wanted to show you quickly. We're going to go through my website. I have like a quick sort of like a highlight reel on the website. This is domestic weddings, as you see. There's some weddings that were shot, like destination weddings that we've shot, just kind of all over the place. Different denomination of the weddings. It's all about feelings. When people land on your website, it's not about you're not. A lot of people make this mistake of just thinking that almost acting as if they were submitting their work for some sort of a competition. You're not competing with other photographers. Your only judge is your client. So if your friend doesn't like it, or your aunt doesn't like it, or your mom says it's crap, even you, like, you're not the final judge. Your client is the judge because they're ultimately the one writing you a check. So so that's really, if it invokes emotions, if they can kind of relate and see themselves in your pictures, that's really the point. So so I have on my website right now, I have just home category. There's 3 galleries for 2 domestic ones and 1 destination. I'll click into it in a second. Then I have quick bio. This one doesn't have my picture, which is a big no-no, by the way, but like I told you, there's a video that's going to be embedded here. And then reviews, which is basically just testimonials from other clients. There is, let me actually click through it. So this is about Marcin. This is a short bio, but like I said, there should be a video welcoming. Contact is just a form. So at the, so yeah, that just allows them to input your email address, and this is how they can contact you. FAQs, I like having FAQs. You got to make sure that, you know, you're answering, it's really about the client. And if you have done enough meetings, or as you will do more meetings, you'll notice that clients tend to ask common questions, and this is what you should be including on your website. This way they can relate. They know, it builds your authority. They see that you know what you're talking about. They see that you have been in a particular situation or have answered this, you know, certain question. So it's super helpful for clients. It's been working for us. I highly recommend it. And blog for SEO. Like I said, you don't have to be super diligent with doing the articles. But these days, even with AI, customized AI, don't just throw stuff into ChatGPT asking for generic content, because you're going to sound like every other photographer. So, and there's ways to go about it. If you're curious, this is not the session for it, but join again the school community. If I can I flash it again for you guys? Not on this screen, but you know what I mean. And let me just take a look, see if I have a comment here. I don't. Let me just get rid of this guy here. Okay. All right, cool. I'm just checking, making sure that I'm not missing any comments here. Let me check YouTube quickly. Okay, cool. So yeah, so back to the testimonials, answering the questions. The SEO, this helps with SEO. You don't have to be super diligent, like I said, but those are the sections. So now the question is, how difficult is it to change one of those templates to your liking? So here we go, guys. This is where the magic is. Let me just make sure I'm logged in here. All right, I should be all set. Let me just pull it up again. And this is really, so you're looking at the sort of admin section of the website. And there's a couple of categories, and I'll be switching back and forth just so it kind of makes sense. At the very top here, you have the categories, right? So you have the home, my work. Hope you guys can see the mouse, yeah. And then you have the bio section at the top, reviews, contact, FAQ, blog, downloads. This is exactly what you guys saw here. Home, my work, bio, reviews, contact, FAQ, blog, downloads. So let's start with home. This way you can kind of see side-by-side comparison. If I want to edit what's on the homepage, I would go, those are just general settings on the left. So there's a menu at the top. One thing I should point out, there's a menu at the top here, and there's a menu to the left, right? So we're going to be going through the top section first. So on home, when I click on home, this is the screen when this is the landing page. Oh, log me out. Okay, I'm back in. We're in business. On the home section, I have an option of adding images. That's all it is. So I have to point to files, add files. And when I add the files into this slideshow images section, they basically just show up on the homepage. So as you can see, the images that are showing up here in a slideshow are the images that are selected here. If I wanted to get rid of one, I would just click delete and get rid of the image. Super easy. Not much to it, right? So next section here is my work. This is this section here when I have the gallery 1 and gallery 2, and this is where clients would like go in and just view my work. Same thing with gallery 2, just another section with bunch of images, just so they can get a feel for what I do. Again, this website is dedicated just to event photography. I always tell folks, focus on one or focus on a group. So if you want to do events and portraits and seniors, totally fine to mix it at the very beginning, but then try to separate your websites, or at least have dedicated sections for different photography genre. Clients are looking for specialists, not generalists. It's like going to a BMW shop. This is just a shop around the corner to fix your BMW, for example, right? So that's just a thing to remember. And then I have under my work, I also have destination weddings. Same idea. Those are just destination weddings that we have done outside of US. And now we're going to look at the same section, my work here. And all it is, it's basically like make section visible. This is where you can enable and disable it. So at the very top, I can say yes, no. If I say no and click save, that section will disappear from the website. Right now it's enabled. You can give it your own name. There's text you can add. You don't have to. And then I have 3 galleries. So 2 galleries with domestic and 1 destination. This is, I just hit a plus, and that creates almost like a sub menu item. And then I can give it a name. In this case, it's Wedding Gallery 1, Wedding Gallery 2, and Destination Weddings. And that's really what it is. So no science behind it. And then for each section, if I go edit settings for Wedding Gallery 1, let's click, you'll see that I can actually add text. I don't have any text there, but it would normally add like a section at the top. I only focus on images. That's all my client wants to see. We have tried both. We had more success with images. You should do what you feel is right, but this is how you would edit this section. And I'm going to go back to galleries. And so that's where I changed the text. But if I wanted to simply upload or edit my images, same deal. I click on it and I should see a similar option, right, with the window to upload more images. And underneath, these are all the images that you guys see in that section. And I can just click on, image settings, delete, and that's really how I would go about uploading more images into this section. So that's my work with 3 subcategories. Bio section, pretty straightforward. If I click on bio, again, bio, there's a heading, subheading, image that's featured in the section. As you're scrolling down, you'll see this is the image that shows up. So that's the image, and then you can use a quote. There's a section. It has special formatting. I don't have one there. And then edit text content. I don't know why it's not loading. It should be loading. Let me refresh. I know. Because text being white, you can actually see like it highlighted. So it's just the color. It's there. I got scared there for a second. But that's what it is. You would put text in there, and that would be the bio. And then the very next section is reviews. Those are the testimonials. So let's click on reviews. And under reviews, same deal, header image, and then all the reviews from different clients. If I wanted to change it, I just click on one, and this is where you would put your text in. Super easy stuff, at least I hope. And then contact information. This is the form. So let's click on the form here. Again, there should be an image, and this is contact email, address, phone number. And then contact page paragraph. This is where you would include it. And then after the form, we have FAQs. Same deal. Let's click on it. FAQs, again, image, and all the FAQs. So you can just paste it. You can put it into your Word doc, work on it, and then just paste it here. And then after FAQs, we have blog. Those are the different articles. Again, blog section. There's like an intro paragraph to the blog. And then I have articles. Again, upload, edit images, edit settings. Same idea. You guys saw it. Like I can just paste text here and include images. Super straightforward. I hope that makes sense. And then what do we have? So, on one of those, I showed you the edit settings text. And again, images. I have like one per category with articles. The next option here, last option here was downloads. This is, in my case, it's an external link. So this one goes to online galleries. I don't host galleries on my website. I host it with Pixieset, and that's where clients would go to view their photos. So it's an external link. As you, not sure if you guys cannot probably see it here, but it opened an extra tab in my browser. So those are downloads, and downloads, when I'm looking here, it should be just a link with an option to URL address, make link visible, yes, downloads, link to where it's going, and then window target, open in new window, and it opens a new tab. Client can view their galleries. So in terms of like this top galleries here, we're pretty much covered. And then I mentioned there's options to the side. I'm not going to go through all of the options here, but like I'll mention the most important options. So site logo and settings, obviously your logo, this is where you would put it. There's some logo positioning, left, right. You guys can decide, displaying social media stuff. Splash page, I don't use a splash page right now. Splash page is basically when you have genres of photography, you can direct them to like portraits and events, or corporate, portraits, seniors. So you can set up that so when they land on your main page, they don't, instead of seeing events immediately or portraits, they can select, which is a really cool feature. I don't do it here just because this one is dedicated to weddings. Social media share, this is where this is the social media icons that you're seeing throughout your site. So you set up addresses and just point to your social media platforms. Font editor, I don't have to explain. Color editor, I don't have to explain. But it's just the theme of the website. Search meta tags, this is all SEO stuff. So this is where you would put the site title, description, keywords. Stats tracking, for those of you guys that are using like Google Analytics, stat counter, this is where you would put your tracking code, and you can track you can track the activity of what, where people are coming from, what they're clicking, how long they're staying, platforms, what are they using, are they accessing your site through mobile. A lot of good information, I got to tell you, for good 5-6 years. I totally ignored analytics. It's just, I thought when you have a website, that's where kind of the game ends. That is not true. You have to kind of over time start to learn, and this is exactly what I will be showing you guys in the school community. Again, I have to flash it because I would highly recommend it to you guys at this point. Let me just see if I can click here and show you quickly. easyproimage.com school or proimageacademy.com/school, same link. And this will lead you to the school community where all this stuff will reside eventually. And then back to site music. It's just music. I think I've had it enabled for quite a while, but then the feedback from clients was basically a lot of people are watching, your website while being on a metro bus at work or whatever, So I'm more sensitive about it right now. There's an option for them to play, but it doesn't automatically play, if that makes sense. And then copyright line. This is where you would put in your copyright. Mine needs to change to 2005. I thought I saved it. Save copyright text. This is how you update your site. There's no magic. So that's that. And then newsletter. Newsletter I don't handle through my website template. There's actually automation. Automation, I want to say protocol workflow that I use. Topic for a different conversation. This is where you're automating your business. This is where emails are triggered based on different events that your customers take. Again, that will be covered in another episode. But you also have like a sort of very rudimentary way of tracking this. Maybe at the beginning when you have 20 people viewing your galleries online, or maybe you have a list of 100 email addresses, you can try it, but I would be very sensitive in terms of how you do it, because if your email gets flagged as spam, it's really hard to then kind of track it back and make sure that it doesn't, end up in clients' spam trash promotion folder. So I wouldn't recommend using the newsletter option here. But again, if you have a small audience, you can definitely try. For the watermark, I don't, believe it or not, I don't use, let's see, disable. Yeah. A lot of folks, especially at the beginning of their journey, are super paranoid about other people stealing and using their work. It's like you'll have other things that you'll need to worry about and keep yourself busy with. Watermark, for me personally, I've done this 17 years. If somebody comes in and steals an image, let them do it. I take it as a compliment, and if somebody wants to, replicate my image, by all means. I always feel this way, that if somebody comes and is trying to replicate you, you're already winning. You got to be kind of leading the pack, right? So eventually, over time. So don't get too obsessive over this. I don't use watermarks. You can enable one. You can point to an image, and it'll just apply watermark, a little logo on your images. And then for FTP upload, it gets more technical, but the thing is, sometimes clients, they want to exchange something with me, like an upload a file or something. I give them an option of giving them the uploads like folder where they can drop files. Maybe there's something they wanted to include in the album, or something special, or like a special font or that they use for the wedding. They want me to include it in their album. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that I use it for. I have the location set up on my hosting account, and this is how I do it. Again, probably longer conversation. Cart settings, also, I don't use the cart on the website. Cart is being handled by another platform. And client profiles, don't use it. Sales, I don't use it here, another platform. So that's pretty much everything from the admin perspective that you would have to know about. I'm going to take a quick glance at the comments here, make sure I'm not missing anything from you guys. If there's anything, I just wanted to remind you, like, leave me a comment. It's always super helpful when people leave comments asking questions, because it helps me kind of massage the delivery, the message better. I need to understand what is it that you're struggling with. Maybe you need help with something I don't know, maybe you want me to go deeper on a subject, or maybe there's something else that I have not covered in my lives. Always super helpful, because this way I create an episode that's geared directly to something you're struggling with, rather than just kind of being all over the place. Other than that, still links here. You can find me on Facebook. Don't be a stranger. Please reach out. You can always DM me on Facebook. You can find the Facebook group. It's still there, but like I said, in the process of migrating to Skool, so that's where we're gonna eventually end up. Instagram, some info there, some images there, and X, we're just like, I'm trying to like roll it out and get better with it. So, but you're more than welcome to hop on and join. I hope this session was helpful for you guys. This whole admin portion of the website. Like I said, if anything, leave me a comment or just reach out. Two options. Remember, Skool and the online assessment. Super helpful. Other than that, we're good for today. Next week, Thursday, same time, 12 o'clock, we're going to tackle another subject. I think it was something about personal branding. I could be wrong. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I know you're paying with time when you're spending time with me. So I really appreciate it. Until next time, bye.